Welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I'm Danielle D, or Coach Danni D, and I help women to create luxury brands by creating processes and tightening their branding. This is where we talk about how to build your business in a way that allows you to work with ease and enjoy your life. My happy space is spending as much time as humanly possible in my pajamas. And I want to help others to find their happy space while still running profitable businesses. So get comfortable and let's dig in. Hello and welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I am your host, Coach Danni D, and I'm here helping women professionals, creatives, entrepreneurs to work with ease. And a lot of times people hear work with ease and they think that that means that they don't have to work. And you do have to work. You have to put in the effort. It's just being more thoughtful and strategic about how that effort is put forth so that you're not wasting energy on things that are not aligned with your success story. So today, I shared with you a few episodes back what my word of the year is, right? And so my word of the year is faithful. And I promised that I would come back and explain exactly what that meant and why I chose that word. So the reason why I chose that word is my theme of the year, if you will, is I'm going to stop playing in God's face. And faithful just sounded like a nicer way, a more concise way and a nicer way to say that because that conversation um, is probably not going to be understood by everyone, right? Faithful is something easily understandable. But I wanted to explain not playing in God's face. So, that's a common phrase, you're playing in my face. And um, to mean that somebody is right in front of you, disrespecting you or lying or just not being completely excuse me, honest. Just not just not taking you seriously but doing it right in your face. And to be honest, that's how I feel that when I'm not walking fully in my passion, when I am letting fear and doubt and all of those other natural emotions override my faith, override the fact that God told me I got you. And sometimes, when things aren't going fast enough or the way that you want them to go, or the results are not matching either your excitement or your effort, or maybe your effort is not matching your passion, then you start to feel away, you start to doubt, you start to lose faith. Sometimes you start to try to create your own path that God never told you to do. He just told you to wait. He told you to, keep showing up and keep walking in this purpose. And he didn't tell you to go change careers or he didn't tell you any of those things. He told you specifically what to do and but not specifically how it was going to come together. And we as humans, that's a struggle. That's hard to really sit in that, to sit in the uncertainty, to sit in the unknown, to sit in trust, to sit in faith that it's all going to come together if we keep going. And, I use this analogy often because it's just one that we are, mostly familiar with. But this time of year is the, new year, new me, and everybody's going back to the gym and everybody's eating healthy and everybody's doing all of those things to put themselves in a better space, physically, right? And health wise. And sometimes, we start that journey and we get a good ways down the road and we're not seeing the pounds come off on the scale. We're not seeing the results that we are looking for. And then we start to doubt the process. Well, why am I doing all this work if I'm not seeing a result? Why am I, we start doubting the process and we start slacking off and we fall off and we never get to see that result because we didn't stick to what we were supposed to do and we didn't push through those times when it was hard, when everybody in the break room had, snacks and we, when we weren't eating snacks. So we didn't push through. So we didn't see the result because we started playing in God's face and we started doing our own thing and saying that we were committed when we really weren't committed. So that's what I'm holding myself to this year. And of course, like anything else, it's not perfect and it's a process. And, I got to call myself out, and um, I'm, I'm slowly getting there. I've decided, February will be my new year. I'm not going to stress myself over having it all together, at January 1st. January 1st has already come and gone. And I have some things that I need to work on and that I have been working on behind the scenes. And I'm not going to stress myself in the sense of arbitrary commitments, but I am going to push myself to the commitment that I have made to God and He has made to me. So that's kind of what I mean when I say I'm not going to play in his face. He gave me my marching orders and I'm going to walk in it fully. And I know that when I do, I am helping people through him or he is helping people through me. Let's say it like that. I am an instrument of his mission. And there's something about that feeling that I can't describe, but it's the feeling of most belonging, right? Most feeling most comfortable, confident, belonging. And it's easy, to when you're outside of that feeling to forget that that's where you belong and to forget to push to be that person, to be in that mode, even though that makes you vulnerable sometimes, it makes you open. It makes you have to face some uncomfortableness. But if it helps one person, if it helps one person, it's all worth it. And I know that it has helped more than one person. And I want to continue on that path. I want to continue to, bring in this platform, bring you guys all the information that you need to grow professionally, personally. Um, in the capacity of coaching, I want to help as many women as possible see themselves and walk fully in their purpose as well. In my personal life, wanting to be that, best version of myself for those who I love and that love me. So, yeah. So I'm not so I'm saying it out loud. I've said it out loud and I am holding myself to it. I am not gonna play in God's face this year. I mean, he's a patient and loving guy because I would have been said, girl. I would have been said it. But I'm not going to play in his face. I'm going to make sure that I am living up to my capacity, that I am doing what I am capable of doing. Now, again, that does not, I don't want anybody to misconstrue that to mean, working yourself to death, because I don't think that that's ever the intention of God. It's not about working yourself to death so much as it's about being purposeful and making sure that you're focused on what he wants you to focus on. And where that turns into overwhelm and overload is when we won't release the things that he told us to release. So sometimes that means I need to release these things that are not in alignment with my purpose. So, perfect segue, because as part of not playing in God's face, I need to be more forward facing and more upfront with what I am working on and ways that I can help others. So I'm not going to call it promotion. I'm going to, I need to share how I can help others, because otherwise they will not know. And you need to do the same in your business. If you're not sharing how you help and serve others, then don't assume that they know. And somebody may need you right now, and because you're not saying, hey, this is how I help and serve, they cannot find you. So, in that thought of, how you are dealing with overwhelm, or how you feel like I can't possibly do another thing, or my dream is dying on the vine because I'm so busy. So, I am enrolling right now in the Calendar Detox Challenge. All of my participants in previous challenges have seen some amazing changes in how they operate, how they schedule their time, and seeing results in seeing the things that they want come to fruition. We address, from a mindset standpoint, from an actual calendar, and booking standpoint, how you are creating this, booked and busy but not fulfilled life, and how you can turn that around and have a calendar and a life that is aligned with your personal and professional success story. So if that's something that you're, ready to jump into, and this is the perfect time to jump into it. We're going to be starting the next round in February. It's a perfect time to jump into it because, again, you don't want to spend your entire year going through the motions and feeling tired and worn out because you're going to every single thing, or because you've never actually, and this is one of the things that I find in almost every program that I have, the first step is typically, what is it that you want? You've never really sat down and determined that. And so your calendar looks crazy because you don't know what you want. And if you don't know what you want, you can't be strategic about, planning your calendar around what you don't know. So let's figure that out. Let's figure out what it is you want, and then let's clear off this calendar and start over with a calendar that is really reflective of what it is you want, and then you start to see more results. And just from a personal standpoint, I get this a lot. A lot of people say, when I go to events, networking and stuff, and you have that conversation, hey, how you been? What's going on? And I commonly get people say, oh my God, you're doing so much. And it's hilarious to me because I'm the work with ease coach, and everybody's like, you're doing so much. And it's not that I'm doing so much, it's that I'm strategic about what I put my hands on. And so I'm not doing as much as I used to in life. Like I used to do a lot. But because I was doing so much, I was not seeing results because my efforts were spread so many different directions. Now that I'm strategic about what I take on and what I do, then I see success in the things I do. So then when it shows up to, people who follow me on social media or who, may attend, events locally or what have you, when it shows up, it looks like, man, she is doing all the things. I'm still taking my naps. Me and Walter take naps daily. Um, but it looks like that because those things are being productive. Those things are getting results. So sign up for the calendar detox so you can start being productive so that you can end the year with a list of I did that instead of that feeling of eh, I touched a lot of things and zero things got finished or three things got finished, right? So calendar detox challenge. I highly recommend it. It's changed my life. It's changed the lives of the ladies that have gone through it. Two more things. Um, I also have a goal setting workshop that is coming up on February 18th, and it's called Goal Setting for Success. And the reason why I call it that, because again, it is focused on your success story and is focused on action. It's focused on taking strategic action because we can sit and write goals until the cows come home, but it's the action that you take afterwards that's going to make a difference of whether or not it sticks. So, this is a system that helps you to maintain those goals, that helps you to carry out those goals and not just write them down and never look at them again until the end of the year. Final thing, I'm always going to be sharing with you guys the success journal. And the reason why is because if I talk to one more woman who does not see her brilliance, I might scream. Like, because I'm looking at all of you brilliant women and I'm like, oh my God, I wish you could see yourself the way that others see you. And a big part of that is that we replay our mistakes, our failures, our perceived shortcomings over and over again. But we don't give that same time, we don't give that same energy to our successes. We accomplish something and then we move on immediately. And we remember when we misstep, big or small, successes, we might kind of sort of remember the big milestones, but we have successes every single day. A success might be, you know what? I got up and I did a live when I really did not feel like doing it. And I did it. A success could be, one of my favorites, I fought with the printer and I got that paper out. That could be a success. What we need to start savoring our successes. We need to start contemplating on how we felt in that moment so that we can also then go back and reflect on that in moments that we have self doubt. So that is why I created my success journal. It is designed for you not only to chronicle your successes, but to even, go deeper and say, how do you feel in this moment? And then when you have those moments, either where you're in self doubt or where you need to pump yourself up, maybe you have a big presentation, maybe you have a meeting with a client and you need to really pump yourself up, and go back and read through those things. You can go back and look at the last client that you landed. that was huge and how great that felt. And you can put yourself in that success mode, and success breeds success. Like I said, I've been working on behind the scenes because I told y'all I'm starting in February. My new year starts in February, but I've been working behind the scenes just to um get some things completed that are just on my list that need to get done. And every time I walk past my dry erase board with check marks, I won't go do something else. I had to make myself go to bed last night because I was so excited that I finished one thing that I was ready to roll into the next. Success breeds success. And we have to look at our small successes and let those build to big successes. Because sometimes we will go for the big, but it takes so long to get there. It takes so long to get there that we will become discouraged. So look at the small successes in your life. Look at, if you are sitting in that, paralysis that comes with taking on something big, what is the smallest first step that you can do? Grab that smallest first step and accomplish that, and it will carry you to the next thing. So that's what I got for you guys this week. Stop playing in God's face. Go ahead and join this calendar detox so that you can get your calendar aligned so that you're not feeling overwhelmed all year long and you are feeling purposeful and successful. Journal those successes. And don't forget to set those meaningful goals, but also roll into the goal setting for success workshop. It's gonna be a live workshop, so it's just a couple of hours. Um, Roll into that workshop so that you can set the goals that you need to set, but also walk away with a system that's going to help you to accomplish said goals so that you are not just looking at a list and trying to figure out how am I going to get there, but that you have a broken down plan of how to incrementally get there every day. So, see you guys next week. And I hope that you enroll in what speaks to you and speaks to your spirit. Get the success journal regardless. Even if you're not going to enroll in a class, get the success journal because I want to see those full journals by the end of the year. And just start moving on purpose in your purpose. Thank you for listening to the Prophets in Pajamas podcast. I hope you got some great tips to start working with ease. Want to stay connected? Follow me at Your Workflow on Instagram. For more information about building your luxury brand, register for my upcoming luxury brand workshop at CoachDanniD.com.